If you are seeking knowledge and believe that information is power, it's time to rethink that strategy. In this video, I will share the new reality. So think about this. We started way back years and years ago with the agricultural age. And then, everybody's working on the farms and it's family oriented and that's what you did. And then we went to industrial age. So we're automating things. Machines are replacing things that people did. The industrial age, that was next. And then the information age, the knowledge age. This is what we have been in for the past several years, where information is power, knowledge is power. Go to school, get a good education, get a degree, all those things. But guess what has happened? We are transitioning away from all of that. And the reason is, one of the reasons, I believe this is the triggering reason, the reason that we're all experiencing this right now is AI. That was the trigger. That was the tipping point. That was the spark that accelerated this transition out of the knowledge age, out of the information age. So guess what? With AI here, knowledge and information is at everybody's fingertips. There's not a person walking around who can't have the knowledge, right? So that no longer is going to differentiate you. Knowledge becomes generic, becomes something everybody has. Heck, if you read something online, you don't know if it was actually written by a person or if a person just put a topic into AI and came up with something that sounds good. Oh my goodness, it's everywhere. So it's time to open our eyes. It's time to move into the next age. And there's what the key is. The word I just said, move. I believe the next age is going to be all about moving, taking action, doing something, not acquiring knowledge, but doing something. That is going to be the next age. And I and my colleagues have coined that the transformation age. That is what's coming, the transformation age. And transformation is all about movement. You can't transform yourself or something without doing something, taking some action. You want to turn water into ice? What do? You put it in the freezer and you make ice cubes. You transform it by taking action, putting it into a cold environment. Same thing. Water's room temperature. How do you make it cook something that you want to heat up? Pasta, let's say. You put the water in fire, and then you turn on the fire and the water boils. Transformation is all about movement. It's about taking action. It's no longer, and it will no longer be what you know or who you know. That's not going to be the key. What you know or who you know. Information, knowledge. This is going to get you by. It's going to get me by. No. Transformation is about what you do. What are you doing? What are you doing out there in the world? It really doesn't matter anymore if you have more knowledge than someone else. Sure, if you're in a trade or something, that's a skill that you're building. That's not necessarily knowledge. I can do things that a mechanic can do by just going on to YouTube and they'll show me a video on how to do it. Now, I may not have the equipment that a mechanic has, but the knowledge, and in some cases, even the skill, isn't the key thing. It's going to be what you do. What are you passionate about? What lights you up? What gets you going? That's the transformation age. What transforms you into a passionate, purposeful person? That is what you do. So it'll become increasingly fulfilling to focus on what you're passionate about and what you do. Another characteristic of the transformation age, it's going to be compassionate, I believe. And compassionate is definitely to be able to meet with people, meet them where they are, but not leave them there. We're going from that age to, okay, we got to go this way. Action. Compassion requires action. It requires movement. So if you want to be compassionate, it doesn't mean you see somebody that's having some trouble and you say, oh, yeah, okay, I see you're having some trouble. I can relate to that, or I know what's going on there. I've been there. And then you say, well, I'll pray for you, or I hope it goes well, or, here's a few bucks. That's not compassion. Compassion is, okay, let's go. Let's go this way. Come with me. Follow me. Here's the path you should take. Compassion is always about action, taking action. That's why it's all up in the Bible. It's compassion. You never see empathy in the Bible. Oh my gosh. Empathy is for these people now that are knowledgeable. They have the knowledge and they're just like, oh yeah, I'll meet you where you are and I'll just sit with you. I'll empathize with you. That does you no good. It allows you to stay stuck in your feelings. And feelings, if you take action on feelings, you're going to be lost. 100% lost if you take action on your feelings. So that's another characteristic, compassion. It's going to be collaborative. You're going to collaborate with other people. You're going to look for win-win scenarios. You're going to look for ways you can complement each other. You're going to look for ways that you can do more together with others than you could on your own. That's the transformation age. It's going to be collaborative. It won't be competitive. That's going to be the big difference. Okay, it's collaborative, not competitive. And that leads me to my next point, which is a natural. It is not money driven. You look at the information age, the knowledge age, it's all based on money. I have to get a good education so I can get a good job, so I can make a lot of money, so I can retire and live happily ever after. What can I do to make money? What is the area in the world? Medical field. I'm going to the medical field because that's where the money is. You're following the money. Transformation age is not about following the money. Matter of fact, it's probably as opposite of following the money as you can be, because money can be the root of all evil. And it's because if you love money, if you pursue money, and that is your number one aim, that's where it can be evil. So the transformation age will not be money driven. It's going to de-emphasize that need for striving for money, security, all those things. And the transformation age is going to be kingdom driven. So I know some of you may be watching this video and you don't know even what I'm talking about. That would have been me 10 years ago. What does this kingdom driven mean? Not the topic for today, but just understand it's going to be kingdom driven. It's going to be beyond the things of this world. In other words, it's going to be driven, transformation age is going to be driven by not things you can tangibly see, hear, and understand. It's going to be what's in your heart. What is giving you that purpose, that knowledge, that purpose, that drive, that inspiration that gets you going no matter the circumstance. And how do you do all of that? Well, simply it's going to start with renewing your mind. Renewing your mind. And we'll talk more about that in the future. We talk a lot about that in our community. So check the show notes for more information and subscribe with the notification bell to receive regular updates. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button to see more like this and comment down below. This can be with questions or answers to a question that you ask. And we'll see you the next time on this amazing journey from isolation to community, where the next step beyond is freedom.